You know what? Actually, I'm gonna put a diesel heater right here, but it's kind of exposed to the road over there, so I think I'm gonna reposition the truck real quick. That's better. What's up everyone? Welcome back. So as you can see, I'm in a ski park parking lot. There are a couple of trails that I typically go on in other times of the year, and I kind of had a feeling that they would have snow piled pretty high up here in the trailheads. But just in case, I decided to try to drive by and check it out, and of course there's a snow wall at the trailhead, so I can't pass through. So what I decided to do was just kind of find a section off to the side and set up Shadow and the Alucab. So as you know, I just got the Alucab installed on Shadow, and this is going to be like the first test run where I just kind of check everything out, test it out, and see how it's like, and if there's anything whether I need to repair or any other things I noticed that I'll need. Of course, I did mention there are some accessories come in for the Alucab that I'm going to install later down the line, but for right now we're just kind of doing almost bare bones. Of course, I have the flip down table where the camp partner stove fits perfectly on there, and it's a 2-burner stove, and I am going to cook my dinner on that, and I just like to have it ready so I don't have to worry about doing that later on when it gets dark. As you can see, the diesel heater, I wanted to set up a diesel heater and camp in here with that, but it turns out it's not working again, and I think it's the connector. When I was looking at the connector here, see how that kind of, it's like stuck right there and falls back out. So I don't think it's making a proper connection into the jackery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home, and I have a replacement of that I ordered just in case with a thicker gauge wire. I'm going to cut this one off and then use wire connectors to hook up the other one in there and then test it out again. It sucks because I was really looking forward to using the diesel heater in here, but it's alright. I did update the bedding and the mattress that I'll share with you later. I did get a thicker mattress. It's a foam mattress from Hest Outdoors, and it's so comfortable. When I was at the MULE Expedition Outfitters showroom, they had it on the floor or in their Alucabin showroom piece, and it was so comfortable. So I did reach out to Hest, and they were kind enough to send me one with their pillows to test out and to outfit the Alucabin with. So big shout out to Hest Outdoors for that. And then I have an electric blanket on top, and then I have another supposed to be a really cold weather blanket that has aerogel embedded into the lining of that blanket. So I'm going to try that out as well, and I'll share that with you guys later on. You know what? I decided to switch something up real quick. Instead of keeping the ladder outside, I decided to use that as like a step stool into the bed inside the truck. And I think it should be fine because for the most part I am tall enough to utilize these steps on the bumper, so I can step here and then step here, or just step here and get inside. The ladder does help for maybe if I want to bring Katie or the kids. For me personally, I don't really need it, so I'm going to use it to climb up onto the bed for this at this point in time. Pretty juicy. Alright, so I'm gonna finish up this meal, clean up around the kitchen area, and then head on inside and just relax for a little bit. Let me give you a quick tour of what's going on in the setup. Here, oh yeah, more space. Just to sprawl out. Now let's see what's going on out there. There's the rest of the parking lot. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a ski park. No other cars in the area that I'm parked at, so that's good. But I believe they have night boarding here too, so that's where a lot of the people are as well. Close that up a little bit. Just leave it a little bit open just for air circulation. So now let me share my bedding situation with you guys. So up there we got the pouch. So I got water, miscellaneous storage. I got a camera battery in there and everything like that as well. So starting from the top, we got these Hest pillows. Super comfortable. And this actually, the foam that they use in these pillows, it's like memory foam, but the problem with memory foam in the cold weather is that it gets hard when it's cold, but these ones don't. It's pretty crazy. Same thing with the mattress, but this sheet, top sheet here, aerogel impregnated sheet, so it should technically keep me pretty warm. If not, I have some down jackets and pants I could just wear to get warmed up. We'll test that out. And then underneath the sheet, I'm going to be laying on top of this electric blanket. And the electric blanket, actually, I'm gonna hook it up to the Jackery and have it run at low setting overnight. All right, so heating blanket, and then of course the Hest mattress right here. It's much thicker than the standard mattress that comes with the Alucabin, and very, very comfortable. I'll talk more about this on a future video where I do a walk around of the cabin. All right, so here is the power cord for the electric blanket. Now I'm gonna hook that into the Jackery and then have it powered overnight. And what I can do is I can actually bring the power part up here, and then I believe I can straighten out the cord. Let me try that. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna put it at the lower setting. Put it at 2 for now. Then I can just leave it up here and then have it connected to the Jackery down there. The thing is, the reason I have 2 is I have one here for the lighting inside the cabin and another one for the fridge. So both of those require a 12-volt power source, so that is why I have 2. If I only had one Jackery, I would have to alternate between the fridge and the lighting. And that would be more of a summertime concern, because right now in the winter, it still stays pretty cold out. As I mentioned earlier, there's plenty of space on that side just for storage and stuff while I'm sleeping. The blanket, the heated blanket is already starting to kick in, starting to get warm already. Just for the sake of not using up all of the battery or too much battery, I am going to put it on the lowest setting until I feel like I need to raise it up. All right, something else I wanted to share with you guys. So since I don't have my diesel heater here, what I did was tomorrow's clothes, like the sweater and then my sweatpants, and make sure it's clean if possible. So this is just like a change of clothes I brought, like clean sweatpants and then relatively clean sweater. I'm gonna put it underneath the blanket and top of the heater, so in the morning I don't have to worry about putting on like cold pants. The ambient air gets cold, but at least your clothes don't have to if you keep it under the blanket with you. Let your body heat as well as the electric blanket keep it warm. Good morning, everyone. I did notice a little bit of condensation inside the tent, and that's just because, you know, I had most of the windows zipped up. I had a tiny bit of ventilation open, but it was still, anytime you're in a situation where you have your warm body and outside it's hot and then you're breathing, it's gonna create condensation. So the remedy for that on my part would be to have a dry heating source in there. So that's where the diesel heater will come in really handy. And I did get woken up throughout the night a few times just because I am right by like a main big street going to the ski resort. So I did hear like semis and other big cars and trucks and stuff just going passing by, and you hear their exhaust and their engines and all that. But for the most part, I feel well rested and I feel good. Actually, I didn't realize the sun was up this morning because of how the windows were all closed up, and it's like the sun can't penetrate through that fabric in the tent. So it ended up being about 7 o'clock that I woke up with the sun pretty high in the sky. But anyways, I think the test run went pretty well. I know this is a family built rig, but I can still see myself coming out on solo trips with this rig because it's so comfortable and I just love kind of spending time in and around it. I do foresee myself going on trips where it's raining a lot more so I can deploy the awning. There are some features on that I love to share with you guys. But with all that said, I think it is time for me to start heading home and see my family. As far as getting ideas in the tent goes, I do definitely want to use a heating source. Like I said, a diesel heater would be perfect. Also, definitely do want to build out some cabinetry inside so that I can be a little bit more organized in there. Right now, it's kind of a mess. But aside from that, I'm just gonna pack up, head home. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please list it down in the comment section down below. I will try to get to it. It's been harder and harder to get to all the comments these days, but I will try to get to it and I do read them. Thanks for watching. Be safe, take care, and I'll see you next time.
You found your stepping stone. Walking through Amsterdam. You worry and tear at the seams. You carry, but you cannot hold. The godly Father loves this broken man. Mountain of fear. I found the years I missed.